Hi there, Skip here, and I've got a message that can literally save your life. Now, in the last video, we talked about how protein could be killing you, and I just want to expand on that in a way that just makes total common sense to you. Now, we now know that too much protein literally is killing us. So let's use a little bit of common sense to work out how we know that that can be true, and you can actually understand what I'm saying. Now, when do we go through our biggest growth spurt where we need protein? Because do we need protein that helps to build tissue, helps to build muscle, helps with growth and repair? Absolutely, 100%. So we need it, but how much do we need? So let's look at what nature provides us. Now, when we go through our biggest growth spurt, it's from when we're a baby to infant. We've got our bones growing, our organs are growing, our brains are growing, everything about us is growing. So how much protein do we need through that process? And what does nature give us naturally to have through that process? And of course, the answer is mother's milk. Not milk from another source. And by the way, there's no other animal on the planet that crossbreeds and takes milk from another animal. You're meant to have mother's milk. Doesn't matter what animal you are, baby cows should have baby cow's milk. Baby humans should have human milk. That's it. So how much protein is in mother's milk? What do you think on a percentage? 10%? 50%? 90%? What do you think? Think about it. What number comes up in your mind? How much protein do you think we need? The answer is in the first week, it's 2.2%. And then in the second week, it drops to 1.2%. The only food on the planet that resembles that is fruit. And you've got protein in everything. 48% of broccoli is protein. 23% of celery is protein. There's protein in nuts. There's protein in seeds. There's protein in all foods. So now let's get a little bit of common sense and look at some big, strong animals that live on this planet that consume plant-based protein. Think about a horse. Rock solid muscle. Runs hyperspeed. What does it live on? Grass. There's enough protein in that grass to sustain strong muscle and to give that horse speed without illnesses, without draining the body of valuable energy. Now, let's look at something like a gorilla. Gorilla, what does a gorilla live on? Berries and leaves. And a gorilla is rock solid muscle. Now, you might be thinking, well, I still like my meat protein. Well, let's look at an animal that's actually designed to eat meat. Something like a lion. It's got claws, it's got speed, and it's got fangs. So it can take that animal down with what our Creator gave it. And then when it eats that meat, which it's designed to do, what does it do for the rest of the day? Sleeps. Concentrated protein is the hardest food for our body to break down. And those animals have a short intestine and they have a lot of acid in that body. Whereas us, we've got a very long intestine and we've got very little acid compared to those animals. So one, if you don't want to be putting that acid in the body, if you don't want to be eating meat and then being tired, because when your body tries to break that food down, it's going to drain life force energy out of you. Energy that could be used to rebuild your body. Energy that could be used to create a business or create money or create great relationships or create a phenomenal body that you want to live in. Got to start to make common sense of this stuff. We're not designed to eat meat. Animals that are designed to eat meat, they have fangs. So they can actually just take the animal down and eat it. We have flat teeth. We've got molars. You look at a horse that's designed to live on a plant-based diet. It's got flat teeth. You look at a gorilla that lives on a plant-based diet. It's got flat teeth. We have flat teeth. Too many people now are getting diseases because they're getting their protein from the wrong source. They're getting it from meat. And by the way, the number one thing destroying our planet today, meat farming. It's destroying the rainforests, And when I say destroying the rainforest, with all these, I mean, look at all these incredible trees up here. You got, without trees, we can't breathe. So we need those trees so that we can breathe. And without those trees, it's going to have a harmful effect on the human race. So what else is it destroying? It's destroying, draining valuable waters that we need. You know, we're mostly made of water, about 70% water. Our brain is about 90% water. You know, I mean, we've got the beautiful sea here, but we can't drink this water. We need fresh water. And this is being taken to feed these animals. It should be our water. And we shouldn't be farming these animals in these containers. It's just inhumane. It's not normal. And if you want to be healthy, vibrant, yeah, you can still gain muscle, no problem. I haven't eaten meat in about 13 years now. So it's got to make common sense. Now, and not only that, when you eat the meat, what you're actually doing is you're taking the fear into your body, you're taking the chemicals into your body that are now pumping into these animals. It's not natural, and we're consuming way too much than we actually need. So, I know this is a lot to take in. I know a lot of you who are watching this have emotional attachments to meat. I used to be exactly the same. But when you experience life, when you're not polluting the body anymore, when you're not putting chemicals in the body that come from the meat, when you're not putting that acid in the body, because that acid is going to break the body down. We need to live in an alkaline state, and we can now prove that when you create alkalinity within your body and you can get your blood pH levels to about 7.365, cancer and disease cannot live in that environment. But when you put in meat, dairy, and you have stressful thoughts, stressful emotions, and you've got stressful lifestyles, that acid is literally spreading throughout the body, and it's literally feeding these diseases in the body. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up to a new life of health, energy, vitality, balance, happiness, all the good stuff that we should be feeling on our journey through life. So I really do hope that this has inspired you, that this has helped you to look at things slightly different, and to help you to get back in balance, with your body, to get back in balance with the planet, and to get back in balance with the animal kingdom as well, because we're looking at them like they're foreigners. And we think that we can be barbaric and just take control over them. It's not normal. You know, I used to be a big meat eater myself. Now, living this way, when you start to get back in balance and then you go back and you eat some meat, then you'll notice a difference. So my challenge to you is, let's see if you can go 1 week without meat, and then just see how you feel. And if you feel good at the end of it, your body is telling you, hey, living on a plant-based diet actually feels good. I'd never be able to go back to eating meat. And what you find is that your connection with the animal kingdom, you start to live with a lot more compassion. You start to have a lot more empathy for the truth. And I'm not telling you what to do. It's your life, it's your body. You have to decide. I'm just sharing this because I found what works for me. I found what works for the thousands of people that come to our events all around the world, and the feedback that we're getting is it works. So I invite you to just try it. Taste it for yourself, because if you don't taste it, you're never gonna know. You know, I really hope that this has served you in some way. And I'm Skip. So live strong, live healthy, live long. Make sure you live now with the nutrients, oxygen and water. For now, I'm out of here.